Welcome to Aspire to Inspire, the podcast version of my reflections on life, work, and everything in between. I'm your host, Antonio García Cancino. If you'd like to read more essays like this one, you might find them on my Substack at AGC1988. For now, let's begin. It starts with the alarm, not the one you set, but the one your body ignores after snoozing 3 times. Coffee becomes breakfast. Your inbox looks like it's multiplying. And by 10 in the morning, you've already scrolled TikTok 3 times, convincing yourself it counts as a break, only to feel the guilt as soon as you click back into your laptop. This isn't a breakdown, it's just a Tuesday, and that's exactly the problem. Burnout isn't an exception anymore, it's a routine. Somewhere along the way, exhaustion became a personality trait. Think about it, how it crept in. For millennials, it came wrapped in unpaid internships, student loans, and the belief that if you just kept saying yes, it would all pay off one day. Work became identity. The long hours became proof you were serious. For Gen Z, burnout arrived in a different outfit. Side hustles weren't optional, passions had to be monetized, and even downtime had to be turned into content. Rest felt suspicious. Different doors, same destination. Exhaustion without pause. We stopped calling it unsustainable. We started calling it normal. And when burnout becomes a ground we stand on, everything tilts. Personally, it takes more than your sleep. You stop feeling alive in your own life. Dinner with friends turns into background noise because your head is already at tomorrow's meeting. Creativity dries up. Your body whispers with tension until one day it just ends up screaming. Culturally, burnout feeds inequality. It rewards those who can afford to push themselves at any cost, and it sidelines anyone who needs balance just to survive. Parents, caregivers, people with health challenges, all told they don't want it badly enough. Burnout isn't proof of dedication, it's proof of imbalance. And this isn't new. Philosophers warned us long before the word burnout even existed. Aristotle talked about the golden mean, the idea that balance is where we actually flourish. Too much of anything distorts us. Burnout is ambition turned toxic. Centuries later, Hannah Arendt drew a line between labor, work, and action. Labor was the endless cycle of necessity. Action was where meaning and freedom lived. Burnout traps us in labor, running in circles, forgetting what it means to actually live. So what's the alternative? It's not abandoning ambition. It's putting ambition in a frame that honors your humanity. Sometimes it means protecting your evenings instead of letting them dissolve into unpaid hours. Sometimes it's saying no, even when it feels risky. Sometimes it's daring to turn off your notifications and trusting that the world won't collapse in your absence. For millennials, maybe it's remembering that work from home doesn't mean living in your laptop. For Gen Z, maybe it's breaking the cycle of doom scrolling at 2 a.m. and reclaiming your sleep. The point is, small acts are radical. The team that agrees no emails after 7 p.m. The friend who invites you for a walk instead of catching up on work. The quiet decision to nap without apology. Each act is a refusal. Each act plants the seed for a different culture. Burnout thrives in silence. It grows when we stop asking if another way is possible. But our own bodies and even history remind us that it is. Exhaustion doesn't prove your worth. Presence does. Inspiration never comes from depletion. It comes when you allow space for joy, for thought, for being alive beyond the checklist. Unlearning burnout isn't just personal, it's collective. Alone, the steps feel small. Together, they feel like a movement. And maybe that's what we need right now. Not just people who survive their days, but people who dare to live them. Life isn't meant to be burned out. It's meant to be lit up. And here's the invitation. If burnout has become our new normal, then unlearning it is the most rebellious thing we can do. So let me ask you, what's one small act of rebellion you could take this week to resist burnout? And remind yourself that you are more important than your output. Share it, write it down, tell someone, because your choice might be the spark that helps someone else reclaim their balance. This has been an episode of Aspire to Inspire. I'm Antonio García Cancino. Thanks for listening. And remember, life isn't about running on empty. It's about making space for meaning, connection, and inspiration. If you'd like to read more, you can find my writings at substack.com/@AGC1988. Until next time, keep aspiring to inspire.